causing and wreaking havoc all over the place. Flooding is always a major concern. So what is being done to prevent it from happening? A lot, actually. I want you to meet Matthew Aller and Kimberly McMahon. They are with the Flood Control District of Maricopa County with what they say will help reduce the risk flood. And it's really kind of this educational experience, isn't it, Matthew?
Absolutely.
I love that. So what does this represent right here?
This is a natural environment with the first tray we have here. This simulation takes you through 3 trays, and the first one will go, and when it rains, the natural environment soaks in through the desert soils.
Which we all had a lot of over the weekend, by the way. Okay, so it's raining.
So it's raining.
All right, and what's happening here?
It flows down through the river and takes the natural course of the river. All our dry washes and things, those run, of course, when it rains. So that's kind of what this represents.
Which is what it's supposed to do.
What it's supposed to do, that's correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then, as development comes in, we switch out this tray, and say a box store or a development gets put in. The rainfall will just go straight off.
And what is this tray representing down here?
Yeah.
A parking lot,
A parking lot, so to speak, a big box
Asphalt,
store.
concrete.
Impervious surfaces
Okay.
to where the water won't soak in.
Okay.
You do the same scenario here,
And what
it's going to
happens?
go into the floodplain. It's going to wash out all the houses.
All the chickens, the cows, they're gone.
Right, which that's normally where it's going to go during a rain event.
Yes.
So that's what we plan for, is to keep folks safe in the flood zone.
Which is why you shouldn't build in a flood zone.
No, you shouldn't
but
build
if you
to
do,
there's certain precautions that you can have.
And what does this next tray represent then?
And then the next tray will be, like every community has a park. Retention basin is what this is designed for.
Oh, we see a lot of those, don't we?
A lot of those. You walk your dog in them. You play soccer with the kids, play
Okay.
baseball, throw the ball around.
Okay.
And in this segment here, these retention basins, what's good about them is they're gauged for an outlet to put the water back in to the river system at a controlled manner.
Oh.
So as it rains, the retention basins similar in your neighborhood fill up.
Right.
And then it's controlled out.
So you see those around. Those are there for a reason.
Absolutely.
You know, Kimberly, we think we're all prepared in case something like this happens. Generally, we're not. What is the most important thing that we can do to prepare ourselves? I mean, maybe not build in a floodplain might be a good idea.
Well, it's good to know. It's good to know your flood risk.
Okay.
So there are maps on our website that will show where the flood risks are that we've mapped according to the FEMA. And from there, you can decide whether you need flood insurance or not.
Okay.
And then, especially when the rains do come, and we talk about those retention basins and how we enjoy them as parks, we want to make sure when it's raining and there's water in them that you stay out.
Okay, that is a really good point. We had talked about this before. In certain areas, you've actually identified where some of the major flooding washes are, and there's flashing lights are being installed.
Yep.
And when somebody sees that, what should they not do?
Well, you shouldn't drive through any flooded areas.
Okay.
6 inches of water can knock you off your feet. 2 feet can flood your car and float it down the river.
Wow, that's really scary, right?
Yeah.
And the whole point of this, Matt, is that you showed us is that, okay, so there might be floodplains, but the whole point is what the city and the county is doing in order to, you know, better prepare us.
Absolutely. We
Okay.
try to mitigate that damage and mitigate the flows and get them in safely back into the river corridors where they need to go.
Okay, it's still flowing. That's
still
amazing.
flowing. So,
all right.
yeah,
Well,
that's
thanks so much, you guys. That was very
Absolutely.
visual. I totally get it now. It makes a lot of sense to me. I really appreciate you doing that.
For more information, just go to our website, fcd.com.
Well, let me take care of that for you, shall I?
There we go.
How about this? The Flood Control District of Maricopa County has even more tips on how to be flood smart. You trying to take my job, Matthew? You can find them at fcd.maricopa.gov. And of course, if you want more information, you can always give them a call, 602-506-1501.